Hello everyone, how are you? Hope as I speak you all are in good health and looking after number one, that's you. But something else I should add, always remember your mental health. It's a priority and should be included in all health checks because a mind is too valuable to waste. So, have you guys noticed after Vybz Kartel exposed his dirty ways live on TikTok during an interview he was doing with Isaac Buchanan, you realize who they turned into the sacrificial goat? No other than his wifey, Sidem. All this is to deflect from the fact of what he had said on the live stream of boxing down her B-cloth. Instead of coming out and apologizing, his response is, don't underestimate Sidem when she upset. She throws pot, plates, napkin, plastic forks, to just name a few things. And that is expected to deflect from the statement that he made live in the interview when he thought no one was listening.
I'm not saying anything.
Vybz, me can't do a video in peace.
You know you can't.
Shut your dick. Don't make she tricky, yeah?
What?
You saying she get mad? She had throw a pot. She had throw a plate.
Aye.
She had throw a spoon.
Uh-huh.
She had throw the little plastic fork them. She had throw a napkin. Nobody pay no mind. I'm a little terrorist.
Even for you, innit?
You can't throw me. Go on where I go. I'm out.
All well-thinking people already know the woman was basically doing nothing and Vybz Kartel styled her live and direct. And we still have not forgotten in what context you were saying to her you're going to box down her B-cloth, all because she was asking someone to be connected to the Wi-Fi. But you know what is even worse? Instead of grown-ass people with backbone and a brain come out and say, world boss, calm it down. Do better. Calm down the ignorance because it no look good. You're not in prison anymore. Because see, it all display live in front of people. And people is going to stretch their imagination at wondering exactly what goes on off camera. These people should be offering him, if they say they love him so much, they should be offering him words of encouragement to change his ways and his attitude. Instead, you're seeing grown-ass adults telling him to remember people trying to tear you down and they're not going to stop until they end up like Jacure, who was full of talent, got out of prison, turned big superstar, then back in prison now. I was so choked with shock that really and truly we have so much dumbass people in our culture. What kind of dumbass comment is that? Sometimes, people if you don't have no sense and know exactly what to say, I better you don't say nothing. So is who sent Jacure at the time to go rape? He used music and play of words and people supported his music and begged that he got another chance at life and he was freed. He came out of prison and his music was great and still is, but he made a disgrace and shame of his life, constantly verbally and physically abusing people around him, especially women. And all this was displayed publicly. He never minced words. And this is not a secret, it is something that is publicly known. Jacure's level of ignorance and arrogance was through the roof until it played out in another country where justice is served. where he kicked off with another producer and took matters in his own hands, where ended him up in prison where he has been for the past few years and have a few more to go still. So what you're trying to tell me, say his actions caused this? Was anybody doing him anything? This is his actions. When are we as a people going to make these people be responsible for their actions? They are not babies. They are grown, big, great back people. I am so sick and tired of seeing where Jamaicans especially always find excuses for their favorite people actions. If as human beings you don't learn to have logical control over your thoughts and action, you have no one to blame but yourself. You already losing in the human race because you have no control, and that is a major problem in our society. And then we turn around and blame everybody else. This is damn foolishness. Like Kartel actions is not of his own doing. So now he is putting out a narrative that of Sidem to take eyes off him and to cover what people heard he said. And to my disbelief, so much bloggers running with this narrative like it's a fact and turn and twisted it however they wanted it, putting Sidem in a bad light out there on social media. All this is in aid of not making Kartel look so bad. I swear Jesus wept. It is just so crazy to see that there's so much Jamaicans that have them brain under them foot bottom and can be led so easily and cobwebs drawn over their eyes. It is very painful to see that the Jamaican culture is riddled with so much toxic addict that can be led any way that is seen fit. No brain power of their own. They don't have a cognitive process to understand and see things for what they are. The hunger and the eagerness to be a part of the popular group. It doesn't matter if that group is on the road straight to hell. I'm telling you, it is heartbreaking and so very disappointing. How blind can you be that Vybz Kartel wife is Sidem is being used to cover Vybz Kartel wrongs? Jesus Lord, I never ever believed that Jamaican could possibly have so much dunce influencers plus regular people who we are expecting to have at least some level of dignity to at least then avoid the topic then if you don't want to be a part of the throwing other people under the bus to cover Kartel's wrong. All this in aid of making Kartel seemingly being right. You know what you guys are? Enablers. And trust and believe anything happen in the future where Vybz Kartel is concerned, you lot will be equally guilty. Because I see no harm in telling him that he made a wrong move. We don't know say him not perfect already and he does things that are questionable. You can turn to him and tell him say he make a wrong move, and the yes men them that around him could tell him say, you know what, you're wrong, Just ease off of that. Just come off of social media and stretch it gonna further. And of course, Sidem is convinced it's okay. His threats and bullyism is normal. You know what is happening to her right there, so? She fall into Stockholm syndrome. This is where whatever feeling she has or thoughts she have about anything said or done or a situation, she internalizes that and takes on whatever feelings or oppressors has. If they say it's okay, she just work with it as being okay, even if deep inside she know it's wrong and she don't feel it's okay. In other words, she's a slave to Vybz Kartel ways. So don't be fooled when she comes say things to make Vybz Kartel look good in his wrongs. She's coaxed along to do that. All he had to do was make a public apology to her, charm and sweet up the public as he knows how to use wordplay, and at least take time, hopefully brush it to the side. Of course, you know, who already heard, you can't unheard what you heard, but we'll move on from there. But now the abuse of tarnishing her name, putting her name out there as an abusive person, a warboard person, that is not good. That shows no respect for this woman he so-called called wifey. The thing is, he could come out and blame it all on stress, and that is just coming from prison and the humping things he's dealing with. Sometimes he get caught up, and I'm telling you, instantly majority of Jamaicans would forgive him and help him all make excuses. But instead, he has worsened the situation with tarnishing Sidem's name to the public. Because really and truly, Vybz Kartel does not care who he throws under the bus, as long as he can use them to make himself look good. But just remember, Vybz Kartel, when you may have control over the thinking of many sheeps in Jamaica and few overseas, there are also well-thinking, intelligent people looking on and seeing all this and can read right through it. And we don't know a leopard never changes his spot, and people innate natural abilities will always come standing out. And always remember, God no like ugly, remember that. So now we're hearing that Vybz Kartel and Sidem will be on the move. They will be traveling for medical treatment, and he has thrown a few countries' name out there. But of course, we know that we will never really know the truth exactly which country he will be going to reside. But of course, he has his sheeps that will help to put out fake news to the public to spread any narrative he so chooses. Anything for the world boss. But I will say this, since I've heard Cuba name being called as well. They have some of the best doctors, but Jamaica has the best natural herbs to heal the body. I can see more of Sidem's purpose, as she will make traveling much easier on Vybz Kartel, as it may be easier for her to be accepted, and she would be dealing with officials. Tom drunk, but Tom no fool. A little word of advice: just be careful which natural doctors you travel to the islands to see if you're really going to do that. As I have known people that left Jamaica and went to the islands, I won't say which islands, after being ill to cleanse their blood, and passed away within weeks of being back in Jamaica, as they thought their health would improve. The thing is, we always believe that everywhere else is better than Jamaica. And as usual, we underestimate our own people. But bear in mind that we have the best natural remedies, the best herbs for the healing of the body. Anyway, let's watch and see where this chapter and the next will take us on Vybz Kartel's journey. Anyway guys, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to my platform, please. Love you all. Bye for now.